17 headline idea starters. Consider this your go-to list of ideas whenever you feel stuck in creating your headlines. Feel free to adapt them to your own needs and add your own personal twist to each one. Let's dive in. Number 1. Hitch your wagon to a breaking news story. What's everyone discussing about today? Is it the Harlem Shake, or is it the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? Is it the new iPhone? Whatever it is, joining the conversation is extremely useful because familiarity is the first step to gain trust. Number 2. Call out your prospect. Remember to make your headlines personal. If everyone is your target audience, then nobody is your target audience. You need to have a clear vision of who your sales message is for. Number 3. Make a proposition. If people know they will get something in exchange for reading your copy, you just bought yourself a few minutes to tell your story, and that's a chance that very few headlines get. Number 4. Go for shock value. David Ogilvy said that if a headline doesn't make you gasp the first time you read it, then it's not even worth the paper it's printed on. And besides, you have only one shot at your prospect's attention, so give it your best. Number 5. Try an interesting juxtaposition. If you're in the financial markets, try something like Wall Street most undervalued overachievers. Or if you're in the green energy business, try have your electric company pay you for a change. Number 6. Ask a burning question. After determining what are the worries and frustrations of your prospect, ask a question that addresses that exact problem. Number 7. Put it in your reader's voice. If you write headlines for farmers, write it in farmer lingo. If you write it for investors, use investor slang. Talk to them the same way they talk to each other. Number 8. Drop a big name. Let's say you sell a personal development book. A good headline, if you could get it endorsed, would be something like, "The book Tony Robbins reads every year." Since he's an authority in the industry, this name dropping will help your sales incredibly. Or if you're selling a productivity course for entrepreneurs, something like "The morning ritual that Jeff Bezos uses to get productive," again would do wonders. Number 9. Use the power of if and when. This strategy creates an immediate reward for action response from your prospect that is simple, direct, and effective in any sales message. And when you'll use this headline idea, you will get results. See how convincing that was? Number 10. Religion sells. I was surprised by the great results this little trick delivers. Try using religious references in your headlines. Things like the 7 horsemen of stock market apocalypse, or Judgment Day for sports supplements, or the great flood of freelance workers. Whenever people hear a religious reference, they get a very powerful visual representation of your message. Number 11. Offer sweet revenge. We all love the feeling of getting back at someone, even if it's just a friendly game of tennis where we always get our ass whooped by a friend. The pleasure of winning washes away all the past pain and gets us an enormous ego boost. So why not use this type of intense emotion in your copy as well? Number 12. Expose a scandal. Although we hate to admit it, we love a good scandal. If a certain celebrity does something, we all hear about it. Even if we are not interested, you still hear about it. That's how powerful the traction of a scandal is. Number 13. Start a stopwatch. Set a deadline. Creating a sense of urgency is key to a lot of marketing tactics. In fact, that's the reason why the well-known Black Friday phenomenon is working so well, because it's only for one day. Once that day passes, see you next year. Also, this type of headline tactic is essential to proposition headlines. If you link an exact time when the prospect gets his reward, your message will be even more powerful. Number 14. Write 1,000 words headlines. Hope I didn't startle you. This is just a reference to using images because, as the saying goes, An image is worth 1,000 words. A powerful strategy is to add a supporting image to your copy. But don't make the mistake that many designers do of adding an image just to fill some blank space somewhere or because it looks pretty. If it doesn't help the copy, it shouldn't be there. Number 16. Offer a cheap alternative. Offer people a solution that doesn't cost them an arm and a leg. I remember the funny story about the Russian and American space programs. The US spent millions developing a pen that would work in space because with no gravity, the ink wouldn't work. Meanwhile, the Russians just took pencils. So for each high-cost solution, there usually is a simpler, out-of-the-box thinking one. Number 17. Go out on a limb. This one is more for you than for your prospect. It's about you giving yourself the chance to succeed. There are countless stories where the headlines of junior copywriters just crushed the headlines of senior ones. So even if you're just starting out, trust what your gut instinct tells you. Even if you fail, you know what doesn't work for next time. So good luck in writing killer headlines.